In this video, we're going to talk about a looping statement where a process is done over and over and over again until you do the process the right number of times. And once you've done the process the right number of times, then you exit the loop and continue on with your script. So for this example, we're going to use a for statement. We have our inputs. Those could be things such as A equals 5. So whatever that input is, we have a set of inputs. We hit a loop. In this case, again, it's a for loop. There is also a while loop, but right now we're going to talk about the for loop. And what we do here is say, have you reached the maximum number of times through this loop? If you have, then we're going to follow this path and exit the loop. If you've not followed the loop the sufficient number of times, you're going to go down here and do some type of an operation, and it can vary drastically what that operation is. And then it's going to go back and do a comparison again and say, have you reached the maximum number of times through the loop? If you have, then you exit the loop. If you've not, then you continue and do the operation again. Usually what happens is that something in the operation changes. A number changes, a variable changes, something changes in the looping operation, and you have to repeat the operation using the same general concepts. And we're going to show you a couple examples on how to do that in code. We're going to work in immediate mode. We're going to define a variable x equals 5. Then we're going to put our for statement in for y in range 1 to 30. Close parentheses already there. Put a colon at the end. And then we're going to say print the value of x, and then we're going to increment x, so we're going to say x equals x times y. And so what that's going to do for me is we're going to start with a value of x being 5. The first time through this loop, y is 1. So we're going to print that value of x. So that'd be 5 the first time through the loop. Then we're going to take x times y. So 5 times 1. That's going to make x still 5. We're going to go up and say, have we been through this loop the appropriate number of times? If not, we're going to increment y by 1. Y becomes 2. We're going to print the value of x again, which is still 5. And then we're going to increment the variable again. X equals x times y. So that's 5 times 2. And that's going to be 10. And we're going to print 10 and so on and so forth until we've done this the appropriate number of times. So I'm going to hit enter. And there is our results. Notice how quickly the numbers grow as we go through this looping. And we got to a huge number there at the end. And you can count the number of times it goes through, and you should find that it went through it 29 times. Alright, so a slightly different way of doing this. We're going to say for word, which is a variable that we're creating, word in, and we're just going to put a string here, Geotech Center, close the quotation mark, put a colon at the end, and then we're going to say print, and we're just going to put a string here. Oh, we need a parenthesis first there, put a quote there, current letter, close the quote, comma, and the value of word. We're going to space outside the parenthesis, and we're going to hit enter one more time. And notice it now is taking each letter as it went through the loop. So first time through, the value of word was G. Second time through, it was E, and so on until it used up all the letters in the word Geotech Center.